Oh my god. So, I wanted to do another video and I wasn't really sure what to do it on. And the Orlando shooting happened and I really took that in, but I didn't have anything to really say about that. The story became a little bit odd. So we had this guy go in and commit this horrific crime. And he says he was doing it on behalf of ISIS. And then we get these stories that maybe he didn't just hate gay people, he might have been gay himself. You know, when I thought about ISIS, when I thought about the situation, I said, ISIS doesn't hate gay Americans. They hate all Americans. They don't make any differentiation between one type of American versus the other type of American, because to do that would mean one was better than the other.
They hate all Americans equally, just an equal amount of hate, just tons of hate.
So it didn't make sense that they would now be targeting one particular group. And of course we find out that this guy may have been gay himself, and it may have been more about his own internal issues and internal struggles rather than a terrorist plot. But I didn't really have anything to say about that. And now we get to this point, after having so many mass shootings, the gun debate becomes poignant again. And I heard these really two wonderful proposals, what I thought were wonderful proposals. One was to reenact the assault rifles ban. Between 1994 and 2004, we had a 10-year ban on assault rifles, and that lapsed in 2004. In Orlando, we know the shooter did in fact use an assault rifle. I thought, what a great idea. As we know, assault rifles are the kind of rifles that you don't even need to pull the trigger.
As long as you hold the trigger down, it's shooting.
And I thought, what a great measure, you know, something that could maybe limit some of the damage that's being done here. And another was to have a no-fly, no-buy rule, where if you're put on a terrorist watch list, then you can't buy a gun. What a great idea. What a good practical rule. No fly, no buy. Why not have these two laws be something that we can do to limit the scope of gun violence? What I can't believe is how Republicans have fought this so harshly, backed by the NRA. The Second Amendment does give us the right to bear arms. The Second Amendment was really intended so that the people had a defense against the government, against the tyranny of the government. And in those days, you know what? If you had a gun, you might actually be able to fight off the other guys on horseback. But today, if the government wants to get you, no arsenal that you have is going to stop them from doing so.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what stockpile you have. You know, the government is going to get you if they want to come after you in some military form or fashion.
So that's what it really was there designed initially to do. The Second Amendment has lost some of its original intention. However, I'm a big guns rights fan. I believe in the right to bear arms. What really made me or inspired me for this video was Representative John Lewis. He was a guy that in the 60s was fighting for civil rights for African Americans. He was doing the nonviolent protest. He'd been arrested over 20 times. And now, as we know, I saw this guy, who is now in his 70s, staging a sit-in on the House floor to get a vote on these gun measures. And anytime you see someone that has that history and that career, and now they are going back into the well for another cause,
you have to take a step back and say, what is really going on?
we're not talking about infringement on the Second Amendment. By no means are we talking about that. We're not talking about taking away guns' rights. We're talking about votes on two very practical pieces of legislation. Gun violence is such an important issue, and it's something we all need to be engaged with. So I just wanted to applaud Representative John Lewis, and I wanted to just make sure that we out there are staying conscious regarding these laws, and that you're writing to your congressman, tweeting at your congressman about taking action on some of these measures. And the House gets back July 5th, so I just encourage all you guys to stay engaged on these issues. It's so important that we start making changes, and a lot of those changes are going to have to happen from us getting involved early. So I hope you guys take that message and really just get involved and stay engaged. Stay tuned for another video next week. Click the links below.